Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode.
Welcome back.
Minna, what did you want to talk about today?
The fact that I am facing craniotomy number 2 in less than a week. On February 3rd at 5:30 in the morning, I will be undergoing my second craniotomy. Oof.
Presumably.
We're still very hopeful for some MRI that just shows a ghost or something,
Yes.
something like that. But if surgery happens, then it will be February 3rd again at 5:30 in the morning.
They're going to admit you on Monday, right?
Yeah, so I have on Monday I have a 7:30 a.m. MRI, and well, I actually think that's it for Monday.
What are we going to do all day? You're just going to hang out and be in the hospital all day?
No, I'm not admitted until actual surgery day. They don't have me in the night before.
What?
I know. I still don't understand how that's even possible.
That
but
doesn't even make sense.
I know, but it's true. I'm not admitted until I walk in the door at 5:30 in the morning on the 3rd.
What happened to having Last Supper with your other terminally diagnosed friends in the hospital that night?
No, it's that day. We're gonna have the Last Supper on that day.
On Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, post-surgery? Yes. Everybody's going to get together?
Or maybe, I don't know. I'll have to ask Jonathan about that. One of my heroes and I are going to have surgery on the same day at UCSF. And he was really funny. And he said we should go to each other's windows and just talk about hanging out at the Last Supper.
Him and Amanda both have terminal diagnoses different.
But... And we both have a very dark sense of humor. Yes. So I appreciate him.
Some great humor. How are you feeling leading up to?
Not good, to be honest. Absolutely terrified. I will say my nervous system is absolutely shot right now. As you guys know, I've been training for 29029, and that has kind of been on the back burner just because I don't want to overexert myself. But we have this little tiny baby hill that leads up to our house, and I almost had this feeling of a panic attack, or my nervous system is just shot. I can only have a little bit of coffee in the morning. I had to be extremely mindful of what I watch or what I do. I can break down at any moment. It's tough. It's scary. It's terrifying. It can be life altering. It can be, just because I have this phenomenal surgeon doesn't mean that it's going to go well. To be honest, I'm hopeful, absolutely hopeful, but it's just a lot of nerves, a lot of fear, and also hopeful that it goes as smoothly as they think it's going to go.
How do you feel about this one compared to the first time?
I think I've been trying to really analyze that. And I think the last time, I'm not saying I didn't have an option, but I guess I didn't know what to expect. And now I know what to expect. Even though I had a 8-hour weight craniotomy, I had some pretty massive deficits afterward. And they don't anticipate that happening, but because it happened last time, I think I'm starting to get it in my head of what if my whole right side doesn't work. And because I have made improvements on my right side, especially with physical therapy, but this brain surgery, I mean, no surgery is great, but brain surgery, they open you up and they're trying to take, if there is something,
right,
and they're out, and that's risky for sure. Even though I can't say enough about my neurosurgeon. He's incredible. But it comes at the cost of risks, for sure. And I'm trying not to like think about that all day long, but I would be absolutely lying to everyone's face if I said it doesn't come like every hour. Oh, what about this? What if this happened? And I've this whole time have been pretty positive, but I will say that the fear is creeping in, the uncertainty is creeping in, the unknown. And I would say last week it was a lot of worst case scenarios in my head were loud.
Yeah, you're definitely mulling through all the worst case scenarios.
Mm-hmm. Best case scenario, well, not best case scenario, but if you've been here this whole time, um, there is one very positive thing that's happening is, sorry, men, but I'm on my period.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Hooray!
And I am so happy to have that right now because last time when I was at Cottage Rehab Hospital, I started my period and I forgot how to put in a tampon. And so it's like might be one of the only positives right now because I'm like, oh, I'm glad that this is over with and I don't have to think about it, even though,
You worked hard to reacquire that skill set post the first
it
operation.
took me 2 months. Like the first month, I had to ask my mom and Jamie, and then in the second month, same story.
So you don't want to lose that again.
No.
So this will buy you some time.
Hopefully.
What are some of those, if you're comfortable sharing, what are some of those worst case scenarios that you run through, and then how often do you entertain them before you're able to move past them, or are you able to move past them?
Not waking up from surgery. That is like probably my biggest fear for sure. Because it's risky. It's risky anytime you go under anesthesia. Not being myself, maybe. I know that I believe this is all parietal, but my other tumor was temporal as well, or temporal in addition to parietal, and that can change your personality. And I was really glad that I didn't have that. But just that, not being myself, and that's fearful. But I would say the anesthesia is like the one that really gets to me, which is I almost would rather have an awake craniotomy knowing that I'm gonna have less anesthesia. Maybe I don't. That's a lie. I don't actually know, but in my mind,
So for context
yeah,
too, one thing that's developed since Amanda's previous operation is she's had a couple different genetic tests,
yeah,
and one of them showed that she has a lower tolerance to anesthesia, or she's at a higher risk for anesthesia effects. Now, there's a lot of good data out there that says if you've gone through anesthesia once,
yeah,
you should be completely fine. It shouldn't bother you. She's gone through it twice. But in the uncertainty of what's going on, her arriving here, which is something she had hoped she'd never have to be again, it's one of those things that pops up, and it's this new piece in her story that really, it can take you to some dark and scary places.
mm-hmm. Yeah. That yeah, the deficits on my right side. Um, yeah, if the tumor progresses in like a more negative way, and like I don't know when I would know that information. So if the tumor is like more aggressive or more scary than what they told me almost a month ago, um, hmm, yeah, I think those would be the ones that
Yeah,
are hard.
understandably, some really scary stuff.
Yeah.
I know I definitely have my moments, and we talk about this a lot. I don't think I could handle it with the grace that you have.
You would.
I don't know.
You would.
Anyways, we can agree to disagree on that. we'll start wrapping this up with just a quick update on kind of your tentative next steps plan.
There's also one thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So I have surgery on February 3rd, but another girl in our community, in our glioblastoma community and local, has her third craniotomy on the 5th. So if you guys are sending me well wishes on the 3rd, if you can extend them to her. Her name is Ashley, and she's going to be at UCLA for her third craniotomy. So I just wanted, because yeah, prayers work for everyone.
Do you want to fill them in on what we're thinking for your next steps after this, or do you want me to?
Oh, probably you, because you've been doing more than else.
Really quick update on what will likely be Amanda's next steps post-surgery. And obviously all this is going to be dependent on what the actual results of it are. There's variables that we cannot yet anticipate, but assuming it does prove to be disease progression and that they are able to do a full resection, there are two promising, and by promising, they're not cures, promising personalized vaccines that people can get. We know several people in the glioblastoma space that have gotten both, and they are alive and doing well and continuing to enjoy their lives. Unfortunately, these are not offered in the United States. They're both offered internationally, and that's just due to different regulations, all the red tape, yada, yada, yada. Both of them are not covered by insurance. They would require pretty hefty out-of-pocket costs, which means if we do those, we would definitely have to fundraise for it. So we would launch another GoFundMe that would be dedicated specifically to this treatment. I know a lot of you have asked what you could do to help and how you could support. Should this come to fruition, whether you feel compelled to support that or if you would feel compelled to share it or do both, that will be probably one of the most impactful ways you can do it, in addition to the love and prayers, because it is not cheap, and it's probably going to be the most promising next step for Amanda, but it's going to require all of us and all of you to really help make it happen. And yeah, we'll give you an update on that. Amanda is doing a lot of trying to do some silent inner work on just allowing herself to receive, like many of us. She has a long time, and myself included, long time struggle with asking for help and really receiving the generosity of others. And I know that it's not an easy thing to ask, but we would definitely need your help to make that happen.
Yeah.
Anything else for this one?
Nope.
Okay, everybody, that's all for today. We will give you an update before Amanda goes into surgery and let you know what's going on. And then we'll probably give you an update either the night before as she's going in there, and then I'll, of course, update you all as her procedure progresses and let you know what's going on. As always, we love and appreciate each and every one of you so much. Thank you for being on the journey with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.